Grace. Okay, and how about an update? This morning I left, well, let me tell more of the story. I just did a video on what happened this morning. But I had gone back to that hotel for the last night there. And this morning I went out to bring more of my stuff that I'd left there to my SUV. And it was about 7:30 this morning. And sure enough, there were these guys standing out there in the front of it. Now, I'm not stupid. I know what they were. Pimps, okay? Yeah. And, or drug dealers, and or either one, really. And they were, one of them was a really big guy. They were all African American. Makes no difference, because one of them, I don't look at them in their face. I don't look down like I'm afraid or anything like that. But that's me. I'm not giving anybody any advice. You know, mine is not an advice channel. But one of them reminded me of a guy that I had dated. And this was years ago. And he was a huge guy. Real muscular. Yeah, he reminded me of him. And that guy turned out to be the stalker. Yeah. Anyway, it you know, it's one of those things, because I mentioned before that the room across from me one morning was open. Yeah, that's not good. But anyway, after that, you know, I went out about 9:30. It was 9-ish. And to leave, and I turned in my key and got out my SUV with the rest of my stuff and started leaving. My SUV went bad. And I did a video about that. So after that, you know, I was doing a video while we were driving it to the shop, and the shop said they might get to it today or tomorrow. And today is Sunday, but they still work on Sunday. And so I went home, and everybody was there, but they were most of them were upstairs. And what is it? Winnie and Dennis left to go to, I don't know, they went to buy some stuff, you know. And they only have here, they really like this one store we showed them, so they wouldn't do that. As I mentioned in the other video, Adam had called me as I was walking out the door. I didn't know he was going to call me, so I didn't call him back until I got in my SUV, and he heard, you know, we tried to start the car and everything what's happening. I tried to drive it. Oh, what a mess. But when he called me, he was talking to me, and on the drive back home, once we dropped the car off, my SUV, I mean, the things he was saying, you know, I've known him for 36 years, and I think he was just trying to basically trying to calm me down, because he was being rude yesterday. Oh my goodness. Once I got there, he was saying all kinds of mean, rude things. Now, like I told him later on, I called him back. And I told him, I said, look, I did this to you. I remember. I have a vague memory of when he was, I said, you know, when you were trying to warn me about my family, and now you're doing it to me. But I was not as mean. I do not see myself as ever being that mean. He was really, and he, you know, he knows what's going on. He said it, how she is. And then on the way home, he was telling me that his sister, Tara, he was telling me that she does. And I didn't ask him. I decided, once again, not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm not going to say anything. We've already had it out twice about all this time. And so I wasn't saying anything. He just started talking. He was telling me that his sister is like that. He would be glad when she does go back. It was good for her to be here, good to see her again. But he's ready. He said this again, ready for his life to be back to normal. And then he just kept talking and saying that, you know, she is very bossy. She's very know-it-all. She tells everybody how they're supposed to do everything. And I said, she does that to y'all too? He says, she does it to everybody. And, you know, usually they have a target, which in this case was me. He says, and we just find a way, you know, find a way to tell her she's wrong. You know, and that's not how it is. And I said, oh, you do? Anyway, there's somebody behind me being a jerk. I wasn't going to run in front of somebody who was already turning. But anyway, so he was saying all this stuff, and I wasn't totally buying it. And I've never really totally bought when he starts saying things like that, because especially in a situation like this, I've been in it myself on the other side, on his, the side that he's on in this. And yeah, it hits him. There's something like abuse amnesia. Actually, I think it's psychogenic. I could be wrong. Psychogenic amnesia could be for something else. I could be wrong. But yeah, I saw it, and he kept trying to make, I wasn't being, like I needed to be calmed down. It was really him that needed to be calmed down because the way he was acting yesterday about it. And so maybe he thought I took it all to heart. I didn't. Maybe for a second, but overall, no. I've been there. And it's hard for him to see, that she does this, and she would actually sit there and do these things, to someone. Well, anyway, he was saying that about that they know how to handle it. They tell her this or that or this and the other. And I said, well, yeah, you do see, you can. I can't. We don't speak the same language. We don't have language in common. So how am I going to tell her? How am I going to do that? I didn't get all this, this kind of voice, but I told him, I said, you see, I can't do that. I can't tell her because I don't speak her language. Really, seriously, I don't. So how am I going to be able to defend myself? I said, that's why I left. This time. I should have last time. I really should have. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that the last time. Just up and leave, I would have to come back to it. That was 5.5 weeks. I wasn't going to stay gone that long, Okay, so anyway, and he kept saying things, he was on the way home. He started counting down how long and stuff till she leaves and everything. But yeah, and he knows. I said, with your brother, his older brother's there, so we don't have a problem. But we, I didn't say this, but we do with his younger brother and his girlfriend. But we don't. We never had problems with his younger brother, not really. When without that woman, okay, without Winnie. So, yeah, he said about his older brother. He said, yeah, because that's how it started. Yeah, he said, because he's not judgmental. He's not, it went on and on and on, about how judgmental and how bossy and how blah, 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 that Tara is his sister, their sister. So, anyway, it's about, as he found out, I suggested that when Dennis and Winnie leave, why don't they drop her off, Tara off at the airport today? And I mentioned this before, and he said, yeah, it's a good idea. Well, as it turns out, they won't do it because they said they wouldn't get back to their home until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and tomorrow's Monday. They have to go to work, and, along that line. So Adam and his brother, older brother, they're going to take Winnie to the airport. I'm not going. I can't stand going to the airport, period. So, and I've been to the airport lots of times. So, and that's about, I think they're leaving in about an hour and a half. Anyway, I told Adam I've got to run to the store because I'm not going to have a car tomorrow, and I found out that I need some things, so I'm going to run to this little store and, get the things. And he said, take your time. I called that because she's, Tara's got another hour and a half to try to torture, the heck out of me. So, yeah, that's not... Yeah, that's why she knew it. She had only these 2 weeks to try to torture me and show that she's boss and all that kind of stuff. And I don't take it. And that's why I told Adam. I said, now I don't take that crap. I was nice the time before, and I did the gray rock kind of thing. Try to even go low contact in my own home, and that's anyway. I think that's enough for this video for now. I got a few more I'm gonna make, or maybe not. I don't know. But anyway. If you want to subscribe, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on the channel, on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, share if you would, and I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.